welcome to the HAJIME Inside USA Judo interview series. I'm your host, Hannah Martin, and today I'm here with Christopher Velasco. He is currently ranked number 2 in the world ranking list in juniors. And as a junior already, you've won many competitions nationally and internationally. So yeah, we're here to talk to you today. So how are you? How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Just recently, right now, I'm in Prague. I'm about to compete at the Junior European Cup, and we arrived yesterday. And right now, we're just relaxing. Maintaining our weight, just staying with the team. Just relaxing until the tournament starts on the weekend.
And how's the jet lag treating you?
Honestly, better than I thought. Better than I thought I was. I forced myself to stay up a little bit because I don't want the jet lag messing me up for tournaments or anything. But I feel good, though. I feel good.
Yeah, and you were just in Dominican Republic like last weekend. So did you just come from the Dominican Republic directly to Prague? Like how did
Yeah. So basically, like I competed this weekend in DR for seniors and juniors,
Mhm.
and so I got back Sunday and I left like Tuesday morning. So like I just got home and I went right away to to Prague. So it was a quick like being one place to another, but it was fine though. We're managing. So
Yeah, you basically went home, like switched your suitcases and then left basically.
I'm like, yeah, I
Cleaned
had to
or,
wash. Yeah,
washed your
I had to
gi.
wash all my yeah. It was bad, but we're good. We're good though. We're good.
And congratulations because you did win the junior division and the senior division in Dominican
Yes.
Republic.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Congrats. So, yeah, so let's just start with, a lot of people already know you in the judo world, and I also know you pretty well. I've been to your dojo and in Florida and things like this. I know your father. So let's just do like very quick, what's it like? Start from the beginning. What's it
Yeah.
like growing up in a judo family? Was it always clear that this is going to be like your path?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess ever since from the moment I was born, because my dad, even before I was born, my dad was like the head coach of Kitsusai.
Mhm.
It was something him and Johnny started before I was born, and like our club started like we started like in a garage. Like it was like it's something that I wish I was able to like see. Like it was such a crazy like story,
I've
but
actually
yeah,
been
like
to this garage like a
are you
long time ago.
serious?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
really
God.
long
Yeah,
time.
people at random everyone says like they've said, oh yeah, like back in the day like it was like this small little place, and it's just crazy to think about. But anyways, like I said, they've been running the club since before I was born. So
Mhm.
obviously when, they heard my dad had like his first child on the way, because I'm the oldest of three, they knew like, he has to do judo. Oh my God, it's this big. It was this big deal, obviously. And so like yeah, I think I first stepped on the mat when I was like I first like trained like stepped on the mat maybe when I was like 3, and
Yeah.
but I started competing like nationally like and domestically like I want to say maybe like 6 or something, 6 or 8, 6 or 7. But no, it was always just kind of cut clear. My dad wanted me to do judo.
And yeah, so how is it? So he's your coach, also your parent. So
Yeah.
you find it like challenging to separate, family from
Yeah.
training sometimes? Like how does that work?
Everyone asks me the same question. And honestly, like it's something that I've gotten so used to, obviously, because he's been my coach since since I was alive. And like obviously everyone takes it differently because not everyone has their dad as their coach. And
Mhm.
it can be challenging for him to go through as well, because obviously being to everyone else, he's their coach. He knows how to like act like their coach. But with me, it's like different because he's also my dad. So
Mhm.
obviously he's more on top of me. He's more like pressuring me on like what I have to do, not even just like on the mat, but off the mat as well.
Mhm.
And like, but it's everyone thinks it's a challenge, but it's like I said, it's something I've grown up with, so it's nothing too bad. Something I'm very used to at this point,
Yeah, it's
especially
something, it's your life, right? So it's not like it's kind of like all you know, right? If you were born, your father is your coach and yeah.
it's all I know, so it's just like I
Yeah.
don't know any other way.
Yeah. And okay, so let's, talk a little bit more about you. So you're currently ranked, I checked this morning because you were number 1, I thought. Not
Dad,
so long ago, yeah, in the world, right?
dad dropped down. Dad dropped down to 2.
Yeah, this morning I checked and you were ranked number 2. So I wanted to make sure I was correct. So yeah, you're ranked number 2
Yeah,
in the world. Still amazing in juniors.
yeah,
In minus 60 kilos. So, of course, congratulations. This is a huge accomplishment, to be ranked so high in the world. So, Tell me, what is like, your key to reaching this level, number two in the world? Or number one.
Um,
You were number one not so long ago. So, anyways, you are one or
yeah,
two in the
it's
world.
no, but it's good. Like I've always like I mentioned before, I've always known what I wanted to do in the sport, and I knew like with someone like my dad and like all my other coaches like on my back, just like pressuring me, just making sure and I do my best and just training hard every day. I'm on the mat and like not even on the mat, but like when I'm up like traveling abroad, like at camp. So even when I'm home, because I work out like in my garage, like I have my stuff, my gym. Like
Mhm.
that's like where I do all my physical workout. I've done it since I've been training there since I was like maybe 10. It's just about, but it's not just about that too though. It's about just pushing yourself like even like let's say because your coaches aren't around all the time. That's the sad reality of like I guess that's a disadvantage I guess sometimes we have like everyone like other countries I see they have like 10 different coaches, like they have so many people on top of them, not
Yeah,
just that, but they have like physios, they have like all these other people like that are very like basically what I'm trying to say is like you just have to learn how to be super independent for yourself.
yeah,
So that's the main goal. I'm just trying to that's something I'm still growing as an athlete to this day. Just trying to be independent for myself, like often on the mat, and
yeah.
just knowing how to like put adapt to myself to different situations. Whether it's like a person I'm doing going at a camp, whether I'm in a scenario where I have to deal with it myself, like whether like at the hotel, like or whether it's like transportation, it's anything. It's just learning about being adapting to the situation, just learning to be independent, like wherever you're at.
Yeah, actually, like you make such a good point because I also know I'm very aware of this situation. I've also traveled so
Yeah,
many times alone and things like this. So like I think yeah, the hardest part, especially in the beginning, is like navigating uh everything, because like you don't have someone there to, yeah, help you with transportation or,
yeah,
phys also
yeah,
physio. You get like maybe a little injured or something. You have to like, you're like
yeah, of
fending for
course.
yourself basically, and you're
Yeah,
learning
it's
to be, independent and you have to be super adaptable to all the situations because you're like so out of your comfort zone. You're in Europe,
it's
you're
different. It's different.
but you're not
It's
home and
big.
it's you're away from your family and you have no and your coach like you said is arriving your coaches are arriving today so you're alone right now. You have
Yeah,
to figure out
yeah,
how to manage your weights, get a workout in with the other team. So yeah, it's like definitely different for, the American team, because we don't have the
yes.
resources as other teams, which you already see, like you see a lot of the teams there. Uh,
Yeah, we see the other teams. They have like they have their whole like staff, and it's but but kind of going back to the point that like it's all it's all you ever knew. Like we've always kind of been like
yeah,
that. So to us, like
yeah,
being more like independent in that aspect is very normal to us because we're used to not really having that kind of staff around us. So
yeah.
like another like it's just another trip of us like taking care of ourselves and just like
Mhm.
maintaining like being disciplined like for ourselves, which honestly like it teaches you a lot because you're never gonna have that you're not gonna have that voice in your ear telling you what to do all the time. So it's just about
Mhm.
being able to have that voice for yourself and just like have your own mind and like make your own decisions.
I almost think it is kind of a benefit in some way because
I agree.
it's an individual sport. You are
Exactly.
literally fighting, you're on your own when you're, competing. So
Exactly.
able to do these things outside, off the mat, it translates to something usually really positive when you're competing. So I
Yeah,
think
it creates
it is the
yeah.
benefit, So it's like hard, but
Yeah.
you're obviously like a strong person mentally because it's not just like the results that you see, but everyone that is following you can see like how you train and you're also studying and things like this, so you're really like disciplined. So like it's just yeah, it like transfers over to everything to like
Exactly. Yeah. No, I fully agree with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got some big competitions coming up in Europe. So you're gonna be, there's a big team actually. You're gonna be in Prague this week, well, this weekend, and I'm guessing you're gonna stay there and train.
Yeah. In Nymburk. Yeah.
Edinburgh, yeah, been there. I
Yeah.
know.
It's
Yeah,
fun. It's fun.
it's a fun place. And then you're gonna go to Pats, Hungary, to also compete
Yes.
there. So, yeah, tell me how you are, feeling heading into this European stretch, and yeah, your maybe your goals.
Yeah, and I feel really confident going into like the two European Cups that we're here like for right now, because we were here at the same time last year and fought at the same tournaments, both Prague and Pox, and also did the Nürnberg camp. So it feels kind of comfortable knowing it's kind of like the same places. You're just kind of going through the same like ideals, the same like scenarios again in a way, and it also like creates a sense of like, oh, like I fought here before, so you feel more comfy. It's because when you're there for the first time, it's always like a new atmosphere. You have to get
Yeah.
used to like where different things are at.
Yeah.
But I feel, and not just, and besides, but I mean, besides those points too, it's just I feel better than what I was last year, and
Hmm.
I feel like I know a lot more on just how to like, kind of like I mentioned before, just like adapting to situations, just like just being more like comfortable with unleashing like your judo on the mat, and just being more like being ready each time. And I feel very good, even better than last year actually. So I feel great.
That's good. How do you mentally prepare for, competitions? Do you have any
So
special preference?
Yeah, I like me personally, I like to be like so for me the mentalization prepares it right after weigh-ins because like after weigh-ins that's obviously weigh-ins is everyone says like oh weigh-ins like it's like you have to make weight like that stuff and obviously that's very true but that's kind of just like part of the path type thing like I don't you're not supposed to go to a tournament to make weight you're supposed to go to the tournament to compete so
Hmm.
once you get past that first like stepping stone it's like all right now I have to fight tomorrow I have to like walk in that's when I start like maybe seeing that that's when the draws are supposedly out. Maybe they're out like a little after. I see who I'm fighting. I like take a step back. I try to like calm down. I like I'll just take it. I'll be really relaxed. Just trying to the night before, and then the day of competing. Me personally, I like to wake up like really early to
Hmm.
just because I like to start my day off strong because I feel like it's gonna be I know it's gonna be a long day of tournaments so I might as
Yeah.
well wake up strong and get settled in more have more time to like get my mind like ready for what's gonna happen and just I like to just wake up early. I like to take maybe like eat like a small breakfast. I don't like to eat too much, and then head to the tournament like the earliest bus, whatever is there.
Oh, wow.
And I like being at the venue basically like early,
Yeah.
just so I can like relax, feel the environment,
Hmm.
and obviously according to like your match numbers, you could be first, you can be like 20th or something, but I like being early so I can just like mentally get ready to fight.
Yeah, and like maybe yeah, get like comfortable in your setting. So yeah, that's very interesting. Everyone's different, how they prepare. So it's always interesting to hear. So you are early
Yeah.
here. You like to be there early.
Yeah, which is not how I am usually. I like being like anything else like at home. I
Yeah.
like being more sleeping in, more like obviously like I wake up early because I don't like 'cause I have to like work out, do my things. But if I was to choose, obviously I'd rather like rest, like
Hmm.
take my day like resting, like more relaxed. But when it comes to like tournaments and like competing, it's just I want to be like the first one there. I want to be like the one that's like on the like on I'm always gonna be the one you find first in like the tournament match, just like walking around feeling it out, just enjoying the just feeling the atmosphere before it starts because it's just like it's that calm before the storm kind of vibe, and I like it.
That's
So,
awesome. I like that. So what would you choose as, after you weigh in, what is your favorite meal to eat?
so after I weigh in, I've probably the meal I always, which I don't always get sometimes because like maybe some hotels don't have it or like in like a nationals we don't go to like a place like this, but I always want to eat like something like carb heavy
Hmm.
because it's not because it's something I haven't ate
Yeah.
in like since I was weight cutting, and it's also like I need to get that like get that back in my system. Like so I'll maybe ask for like I'll always get like maybe pasta or rice or something. Just nothing crazy, nothing like excessive because there's always
Yeah.
5%. But
Yeah,
but we always yeah,
yeah.
but we always like that's always what I look for. Just like some good like some like heavy type foods. Not a lot of the heavy food, but some heavy type foods to like get that in my system, eat up,
Mhm.
uh, and like just being able to eat and just like yeah, just to fill my stuff, just to fill me up and not like be excessive.
Yeah. And do you mind sharing how much you cut? How much weight?
How much I could. Yeah, sure, I guess.
You don't
No,
have to if you don't want to.
no, 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 no,
But
no. Trust me, I'm not nervous about talking about it. No worry. I
okay.
tell everyone about it. But it's yeah, so I want to say maybe like I've been walking like each year like I've been walking around like a little bit heavier than last time, which isn't really good. I should be like maintaining. But
Hmm.
I think it's also just part of like just growing and just like being
Hmm.
fit, getting physically just you physically get bigger, so you obviously get heavier.
Hmm.
So and and I know I didn't grow, so I know it's just like physical. I know it's
The
just
muscles,
physical
but the
stuff.
muscles grew,
A
yeah?
little bit, yeah, a little bit. No, yeah. So I walk around maybe like on an average day, like not like really talking about my weight, maybe like 65, 66, which isn't too bad. It's like I think it's like an all right, like it's an all right like walking weight without managing yourself. I've gotten a little heavier. I've walked around a little light. So, but like yeah, my walking weight maybe like normally is like 65, 66.
Hmm.
And but like when it comes to like near tournament time, I like to maintain like my 5%. So my plan is to be a little bit above 63 because 63 is
Hmm.
my 5% of 60. So
Yeah.
I like to be a little bit above a 63 before practice and then a little bit below or on 63 after practice. That's like my average like for when it's like tournament week. So
Hmm.
I'm not like cutting too much the last day.
Yeah. So right now, you're gonna weigh in tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fight on Saturday. So right now you are like 3 kilos over ish, two.
I'm gonna say let's say a little maybe a little less, but
Yeah.
I think that's like an average. I haven't checked yet, but I
Yeah.
think I'm
Okay.
like
I didn't check
around.
yet, but.
But I think I'm around there. I'm very much around there. We're gonna have like a team training later, and I'll maybe like get a run in and just like
Mhm.
I'm not gonna wear myself out too much because I don't want to do too much the day of weigh-ins.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of like push myself kind of today. Nothing excessive, obviously, but just being able to like get the rest of like the water weight out because that's kind of what I've just been like. I haven't been I've been eating, but I've been mostly just like it's mostly just liquids that are just flushing out of my body. So I
Yeah.
plan to get like most of it out today.
Yeah. So you will do a judo training, running training, and hopefully that's enough for tomorrow. So you don't have to do so
Yeah,
much tomorrow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Of
That's great.
course.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, I don't want to do too much the day of weigh-ins. That'll be kind of my body just kind of like gets tired at that point. So it's like I don't want to do too much.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to just sleep. I just want to sleep and
Want to
run.
chill. Yeah, just chill. Um, so you have a few actually. So there's this tour, and then in August there is the Pan American Games in.
Yes,
Can you please remind me where they are? They are
Paraguay.
Paraguay. That's right. And then also you also qualified for the World Championships, Junior Worlds.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have like two like really big, exciting. This is your last year of juniors, or
Yes, this is my last
yeah,
year.
last year
This
of
is my
juniors.
last year.
Okay, so it's your
Yeah.
last year of juniors. You have two really cool big tournaments coming up. So yeah, how are you feeling about this? Actually, how do you
I
feel about
feel,
it being last year of juniors as well? It's like a
oh yeah, it's
changing
different.
period.
It's different. It's you know it's gonna feel weird being like older, I guess, not being a junior, not being like a considered a youth athlete anymore.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's just it's honestly I say it's gonna feel a little different, but it's not like I've been fighting seniors since I was like my first year cadet, and
Hmm.
it's not something fighting in like the senior atmosphere, the senior divisions. It's not something I'm not used to,
Hmm.
but it's just I'm just gonna treat it like how I've been treating like any other division, any other year. It's just gonna keep fighting, just take it a match at a time, and just give it my all. But that's just it's the same but different.
Yeah. And I remember you were at the World Championships last year, the Senior Worlds. You were fighting there, right? In Abu Dhabi? Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. I was in Abu Dhabi.
tell me the difference between fighting the seniors, Senior World Championships and fighting in the Junior World Championships. Do you feel it's different?
It's it's a very big difference. It's first of all, it's like I don't know. It's just the feel and the vibe of it is just like just so different. It's also kind of just like a mental thing. It's like when you're a junior, you're at junior worlds. It's like especially because I've been to like I've been to like a decent amount of junior worlds before, so it's kind of like oh another junior worlds I'm fighting here. But being at seniors and just seeing all like the top senior athletes in one place
Mhm.
with the mats that are divided by those little like bulletin board type things. It's
Yeah,
like
you
oh
have
my
like
god,
the
it's like
little dividers and it's a
those are so cool. Like and just like the setup of like just seniors, it's so different. Like I remember last year I went, I was like geeking out. So like obviously I'm there to fight. I'm not there to like be a fanboy. But it's like being it
okay to be a fanboy a little bit, it's
a
the
little. It was my first experience at a senior world. So obviously being there like was like I was there with Johnny and Johnny was like freaky. Like he was. I don't know who was more excited about it, me or him. But it was. I'm gonna I'm gonna say it was a really fun experience. Just being there, like it was a goal since I was a kid to like fight at a senior world championships and being there, like just obviously like I'm not obviously like it. Different vibes come with like different types of nerves. I will say I was a little more nervous, obviously for senior worlds,
Yeah.
because it's just like it's just such a nice like good event.
It's bigger and there's a more yeah, I guess there's more like hype around it. It's the World Championships, and
It was the
fighting
World Championships right before the Olympics too,
like
so
right
it was
before the
like
Olympics.
everyone.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
everyone
so
was there. It was like I don't know if you felt it, but like the energy is different because it's like it's some for some people it's like make or break, if you do very well this competition, you can,
Yeah, it's
qualify for
yeah,
the Olympics, and it's like a lot of pressure at this.
yeah.
Um
Yeah, I was aware of that too, but
yeah.
like honestly, I just like when I go to like tournaments like that, I don't really want like I was aware of that, but I don't want to like put like I want it to be like a day about me because
Yeah,
that's
and
who
you
I'm
have to make
focused
it
on, of
about you
course. Yeah,
always,
of
especially
course.
when you're
Yeah.
fighting, competing, it has to be about you. But yeah, like maybe yeah, you can feel the energy, I guess.
Oh, I felt it. Trust me, I felt it. It was, it was a mix. It was a mix of like adrenaline with like just thrill. Just like it was crazy. It was
Mhm.
so fun though.
It is really fun. It is really fun. I was at the World Championships in Budapest working, and I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I miss this feeling, like it's just like great feeling. You can't get it anywhere, like this competition
No, no.
feeling. Just a couple, yeah, couple more questions before we finish here. So let's just do, I have a quick question about, your USA rivalry. I can never say this word. Uh,
Rivalry.
rivalry. There we go. I
Yeah.
can't even say it. I blame it on living in
Don't
Germany.
worry, don't worry.
Well,
Same happens to me. Don't worry.
you
Yeah.
can say it for me. So yeah, his name, Jonathan Yang, he is in the same weight category as you.
Yeah.
I guess you guys maybe are one of the most exciting storylines in the USA junior judo area. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about having someone, in the same weight category as you? And, you guys it's very interesting. You beat him, he beats you, you're back and forth, and it's like very, from outside perspective, watching, it's very interesting. So
Yeah.
how does this competitive dynamic push you to improve?
Honestly, I feel like sincerely, I feel like that I don't think I would be where I am today without having not just him, but like,
Mhm.
because throughout my years, like as when I was like intermediate, juvenile, like going up just like in the ages, there's always been that one person where like I've always had that one person that's always like been in the back of my head. It's like in this case it's him. Like for example, because
Yeah.
we obviously both want to be the best in the division. We fight to the end every match. And since a kid, I've always had different rivalries that just pushed me to like new limits. Because I
Mhm.
feel like that's what people need. People need that kind of like I'm not gonna say pressure, but that kind of like, that kind of motivation because you
Yeah.
want to beat this adversary. And
Mhm.
I've always had that's something I've always been used to having since I was a kid. And I feel like it's super important to have in the sport because
Yeah.
it's a different type of motivation because it's it just pushes you differently. I don't know how to explain it. A rival makes you want to be at your top peak every single tournament you go at
Yeah.
because you want to show you're the best. You want to be the better opponent, win the match, and it's just like it's a different type of motivation basically.
Yeah, it's a way it also like yeah, a way to you guys are both pushing each other and motivating each other to be better. So you're both
Yeah.
like yeah, making the best version of yourself through this rivalry.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
I said it.
You got it. You got it.
It's very, very interesting though to watch, and I think it's very cool. And I also think it's great. It's great to have someone pushing you, always.
No, of course. Yeah, it's
Uh,
super important. It's like it's like I mentioned. Like I don't think I'd be in like anywhere near like where I am today. Like without like having those type of rivalries throughout the years. Because like though that was really kind of that's also kind of really what motivated me. Like as a kid because when I was younger it was mostly kind of like my dad like obviously like my dad was the voice in my head pushing me go go go
yeah,
but having those rivalries throughout the years that's kind of what made me push myself because I wanted to prove I was better. I wanted to you know it made me push the extra step every practice and it's just like
yeah.
it's super important to have those type of rivalries in like judo and like both national and international competition.
It's like couldn't say it any better than that, honestly. So that's actually
Yeah, exactly.
very, very good. So let's give some advice and reflection, for younger judoka, younger than you.
Yeah.
So for younger judoka watching you compete, maybe dreaming of following in a similar path as you, what advice would you give to kids who are, just starting to compete or, thinking about traveling internationally and competing in like European Cups or even Pan American Junior Cups and stuff like this? What advice would you give them?
uh I think some good advice that I would give that I actually get this a lot from I got this a lot from my dad and also from Angie as well because it's something she really like reiterated before she went to her third Olympics actually,
Hmm.
is you gotta do it for yourself. Like there's like you can like be you can be like other countries. You can have a whole staff behind you. You can have the country behind you, your family, your club, your country, whatever. Everyone can be behind you. But at the end of the day, the person stepping on the mat and the person putting those hours in, the person like lifting those weights, the person like just trying to push themselves for training and for tournaments, it's you. It's the person. It's you. It's the person on the mat. It's judo. Judo is a team type training event, but it's an individual sport at the end of the day. It's something that people have to realize since they're young that you know it's 1v1. Like it's you out there, it's you, your mind, your thoughts, your actions. So it's you, it's whatever you, it's all about you. You have to learn how to push yourself. You have to learn how to just do it for yourself. Like do it, you have to fight there as if like no one is behind you, as if no one supports you. You have to do it for yourself because at the end of the day you're the one that should want the success, not everyone else. It's My
Hmm.
dad always tells me the day that everyone wants more success more than you is the day that it's going to be bad. Like it's the day it's going to go downhill for you because you have to push yourself and you have to fight for yourself. Basically, it's every day because at the end of the day, it's an individual sport and you have to fight for yourself. So
Yeah, I like that. That's good advice from Miss
yeah,
Angela.
especially nowadays. 'Cause I feel like a lot of especially nowadays because I feel like I've seen like a lot of kids feel like and I was one of those kids. Like I'm not gonna like this on any kid like anyone's kid like that obviously, but I was also one of those kids growing up. Like I was always super dependent like on like my dad and my mom. It's like because
Mhm.
obviously my dad was the coach and like my dad, so obviously like I'm so used to having him on top of me like that. So that's something I'm working on to this day, just trying to like learn how to have that own voice in my head and learn how to like be more like be disciplined, be responsible without having people telling me or just like that. And I feel like that should be something that should start off young with kids. So I highly encourage like independency in kids.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. I
No,
feel that's
great. Couple more, just two more questions.
yeah,
Tell me your favorite competition moment so far in your career, and yeah,
yeah.
just tell me what it is.
So so this year or like any like
So
of
far,
all.
and what right now, you are, still in your junior years, but right now, do you have like
Yeah,
one that stands out to you that's like, yeah, this is my favorite
one that
comp.
stands out. Probably mm, probably like when I won both my first cadet and my junior Pan American title.
Hmm.
Because so when I won my juniors last year in Brazil, it was like it was my first junior medal.
That
Because
was
like
your
because
first junior. Oh yeah,
it
yeah,
was
that was your first
it
junior
was
medal.
it was my
Yeah.
fourth junior Pan Am. It was my first junior medal because I just fell short every year before and being
Okay.
able to like win in Brazil, which is like one of the top countries in judo,
Mhm.
and like being able to bring home gold that year, like it was super like it was really special for me. And also like when I won my first cadet title in Peru,
Mhm.
because I remember because it was my first like big cadet title like in in like Pan Am's, and it was also in Peru. So my grandpa was there to watch me
Oh,
fight.
cool.
So being able to win like with him in the crowd and like that's a moment I'll never forget because it's just like you know he was able to watch me like in person because he lives in Peru all the time. So
Okay.
being having him watching me win the title there with my dad coaching me too. It's just I know for him it's something he'll never forget either. It's the best. It was probably
Oh,
one of the best moments.
that's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Wow. Oh, that's really nice. Uh,
yeah.
it's like good heart, like good for your heartfelt stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not forgetting that ever. It was really an amazing moment. So
Oh wow. Yeah, so looking back, I always say looking back and you're 20 years old?
I'm I turned 20 next month or
Turned
this
20?
month actually. It's July. I turned 20
Yes,
this month.
July. Yeah. So, okay. Well, happy birthday. I know it's probably later on this month, but
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah, I'm saying like looking back, like you have so much to look back to, but you've been doing judo forever. Like I remember you on the mat, like going to your club and training. So like you've been doing judo your whole life. So
Yeah.
looking back, what would you tell your younger self, when you were getting to serious about judo? Like, is there anything that you would, tell yourself when you were younger that you wish you knew now?
I would tell myself, my younger self, if I was able to go back like maybe like 7, 8 years, I would for sure just reiterate him that to trust the process basically. Because
Yeah.
as why people don't know this, but as like a kid, like when I was like maybe I want to say I maybe it's from 6 to like maybe like 10 or something, I didn't win like any tournaments. Like I was very like I would work. I would be one of those kids that would work hard and like in training, like, and like I would have my dad on top. And I relatively believe he was more harsh on me, not harsh, but more like hard on me when I was like younger, because he was to him it was like, oh my God, like I like he has to be good. He has to medal. He has to do great at these tournaments. And it's like if you look at any like pictures of like our team like back when I was like between stages of 6 and 8, I wouldn't have a medal because it just didn't go my way, and it was just something that like even frustrated my dad more than me.
Hmm.
And but I would reiterate myself like, yo, just to trust the process, trust that it's gonna pay off one day or another. And I would like remind him that patience is key. Trust in what you're training, because that's what coaches are for. They're there to help you train, and they're also there to remind you to trust the training that you do, because it's it every because it pays off whenever it wants to be honest. It could pay off to tomorrow, it could pay off years after.
Years
But
after, yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
exactly because people peak differently. People
Hmm.
just say people like it clicks in their, because when you're a kid, it's a moment when it clicks in your head, when you
Hmm.
actually learn like how to stay on your feet, when you learn how to know how your body moves with different
Hmm.
techniques, how your body moves in judo basically. So
Yeah.
I would just remind my younger self just to trust the process, trust the training, because it always pays off. And like just forget about everything else. Just keep working, bettering yourself, and eventually it's gonna all pay off. So just trust the process.
Trust the process. Can't say that enough, actually, to be honest.
No, it's super
Yeah.
important. It's
Yeah.
something I try to tell the kids like in our club today, because some of them, they're like, oh, like why are we doing this, or like, oh, like like, or they don't win right away,
They don't
and
win right away.
because they
That's the
see because
hard
it's
part. Yeah. Yeah.
it's really hard. I've been, and I can relate to that, and I've been there, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But like you just try to remind them like, listen, like you have time, like you just have to be patient. Eventually, it's gonna all click for you. So
And then when it clicks, it's like such a sweet moment, really. It's
it's
like
it's it,
nothing
it,
can be better than that when it clicks
it
and you're
hits it
like,
just hits randomly. Yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
like things are working now. Like I'm not getting thrown anymore. Like I'm feeling
Yeah,
better. I'm
exactly.
getting thrown less. It's
Getting
just
through less, or you're like,
it's
oh,
little.
and you finally figure out how to win, a competition, win a
Yeah,
fight in a competition, or win a medal. It's when it all clicks,
exactly.
like,
No, different accomplishments for the kids, whether it's winning a
yeah.
national medal, whether it's throwing the certain kid at your dojo for the first time,
Mhm.
whether it's knowing how to do a technique that you've been practicing. It's like different things. Like it builds confidence, and it makes you realize like, oh, like it's work, like what I'm doing is working, and that there's
Yeah.
nothing more motivating than seeing, like, for a kid to see that what they're practicing is working. So
Yeah.
that's just like the best thing for kids and for anyone, honestly.
Yeah, for anyone, honestly. Wow. Yeah. So Christopher, Chris, what do you prefer, Christopher or Chris?
Everyone calls me Chris.
Okay,
You
okay.
can just call me Chris. You can call me Chris.
So, Chris, really thank you for taking the time. I know it wasn't so easy. You just arrived in Europe and now you're talking to me. But thanks for taking the
Don't
time
worry.
to speak with me, and really good luck with everything. Good luck in Prague this weekend. Good luck in Hungary. And yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on you. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you.